with your grandmother. So I was due, give or take a week, around graduation day. So I left for that last 3 months, and then I stayed until she was 3 months old, and then I was allowed to go back. I just couldn't live at the hospital. And they graduated me. So she was born in September, October, November, October. I think I went back in November. She was a couple months old. I went back, September, October. Yeah, I went back the end of October, somewhere at the end of October, and I finished my team leading and graduated in February. The hospital had its own chapel, and they graduated me in the chapel. And then the nurses' residence had a big reception area, and they had put together a reception for me for having graduated. The people that I worked for at Marble Company came. The paint company I worked for in high school, they came, because they actually had given me, my scholarship paid for my tuition. They gave me money to pay for my books and my uniforms, and they bought me my first stethoscope.
Nice.
Yeah. But my scholarship came from the Kiwanis Club. I have the little plaque.
I've seen it.
Yep, in my bedroom. $800 and some, 3 years of training.
That's
Do
amazing.
you know what 3 years of training would be now?
A lot more.
A lot. My uniforms were $75. I can't remember how much my books were.
Wow. That's crazy.
But yeah, if it hadn't been for the Kiwanis Club, Mr. Frisbee, I would not have been in nursing. But that's when counselors did all that. They met with you every month, every couple months, and went through stuff with you. And they helped you make a decision what you were going to do. And Mom didn't have the money for me to go to school. She didn't have anything.
Yeah, I don't feel like they do that now. I don't feel like they put that much into it now.
No, you have to put the effort into going for the scholarships. The counselors, when I say something to Eliana about counselors, she just looks at me. She never sees them.
They're there, but you have to go to them.
Yeah, no, they would have meetings with us. They still do the testing because she had testing that she had to get done, I think, sometime this month. It was either the end of April or it's in the next couple of weeks. She has some testing she has to do because she hadn't had it yet on shore, and so she has to take it up here. And I can't remember what our tests were called, but we had testing in the 10th grade or the 11th grade, and then again in our senior year. It was like college testing to see where you were at with all the standardized stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't put as much weight on all that anymore. Yeah, it was like just before graduation, like, how'd you like to go to nursing school? Mom didn't have the money for that. We'll get it taken care of.
Well,
if you got a scholarship, doesn't scholarships mean that, like, to go to training it's free?
Yes. The price for 1 year of nursing school now, and I think nursing school now is like 2 years. I think it's like an associate degree. But back when I was in, associate actually is supposed to be higher than diploma. But diploma nurses went to the hospital and trained at the hospital for 3 years.
And that was what costed like $800.
And yeah, nowadays, for that, room and board, I lived there. I lived at the hospital. They had a nurse's residence, and I lived there and went to the floors and classes from there. And nowadays, that would cost, what, $6,000 a semester, maybe?
if not more.
More. It was $800 and some for me for all 3 years.
So the $800 were for the 3 years of training. So the $800 were for the 3 years of training?
Training and room and board.
And room and board. They fed me. We got up in the morning and we had a kitchenette. We could eat at the kitchenette, but we all went over and went to the cafeteria in the hospital, and we ate. and when we had our lunch break on the floors or from classes, we'd go down. When we were going back and forth to the college the first year, they would give us brown bags with lunch in it. We'd go to the cafeteria and get breakfast, and as we left, we'd swing by and then we'd pick up our brown bag lunch. And that's what we took to the college with us, and that's what we ate. They didn't give us money. And then we went back and we would, you went to the hospital cafeteria for dinner. If you wanted anything after that, then you bought your own food and kept it. And the way we made money was, you couldn't do it on the first year because you were still learning things. But after the first year of nurses training, the second and third year, we were allowed to work in the hospital, but not as students. We were allowed to work as aides. So while as a student on the floor, we only had maybe 2 or 3 patients, when we went into the work on Saturday mornings, we were given 6 and 8 patients. You learned how to take care of 6 and 8 patients. Just boom, that's what you did. You went in, they said, this is how you do it, and we would work with an aide. And they would teach us how to be an aide, and then that's how we made spending money for the week. And like I told your mom, we could leave when we weren't working or we weren't in class, but we had to sign. They had a receptionist down at the doors, and you had to sign, where you were going. If you were going home, you had to put that. If you're going downtown shopping, you had to put that. If we were going out to the USO for a Friday evening, you had to put that. You had to be back by 11 o'clock. Those doors were locked, and you did not get in. So yeah, we were back on time. We didn't mess around. That's when things were really strict.
It's way different now.
Our hair had to be like this. I had long hair. I had to pull it up in a French twist. Had to be off my neck all the times. Couldn't wear pierced ears. Couldn't wear earrings. Jewelry. No stones. Your watch only. No bracelets, no necklaces.
Were you allowed to wear makeup?
Lipstick. You weren't allowed to wear full makeup, no. Number 1, you had a white collar on that was starched and didn't move. So every time you turned your head, it got on the collar. You learned real quick not to do it.
I was just curious because I know like some bakeries don't allow you to wear makeup.
Yeah.
And
Because people were touching their face all the time. Shouldn't be. It's one of the health things.